Secret of the Millionaire Mind, the Harvard Echo, Mastering in the Inner Game of Wealth. The third influences, specific incident. The third primary way in which we are conditioned is by specific incident. What did you experience when you were young around money, wealth, and rich people? These experiences are extremely important because they shape the beliefs, or rather, the illusion live by. Let me give you an example. A woman who was operating a room loss attended a Millionaire Mind intensive seminar. Jose had an excellent income, but somehow she always spent all of her money. When he dug a little deeper, she revealed that when she was 11 years old, she remembered being at a Chinese restaurant with her parent and her sister. Her mom and dad were having yet another bitter argument about money. Her dad was standing up, screaming and slamming his fist on the table. She remembered him turning red, then blue, then falling to the floor from a heart attack. She was on the swim team at school and had CPR training, which she administered, but to no avail. Her father died in her arms. And so, from that day forth, Jose's mind linked money with fame. It's no wonder that as an adult, she subconsciously get rid of all her money in an effort to get rid of her fame. It's also interesting to note that she became a nurse. Why? Is it possible that she was still trying to save her dad? At the course, we helped Jose identify her old money blueprint and revise it. Today, she is well on her way to becoming financially free. She is also not a nurse anymore. Not that she didn't enjoy her job. It's just that she was in the nursing profession for the wrong reason. She's now a financial planner, still helping people, but this time one-on-one to understand how their past programming runs every aspect of their financial lives. Let me give you another example of a specific incident, one that's closer to home. When my wife was 8 years old, she would hear the clanging bell of an ice cream truck coming down the street. She would run to her mom and ask for a quarter. Her mom would reply, "Sorry, dear, I don't have any money. Go ask Dad. Dad's got all the money." My wife would then go ask her dad. He'd give her a quarter. She'd go get ice cream cone, and she was a happy camper. Week after week, the same incident would repeat itself. So, what did his wife learn about money? First, that men have all the money. So once we got married, what do you think she expected of me? That's right, money. And I'll tell you what, she wasn't asking for quarters anymore. Somehow, she graduated. Second, she learned that women don't have money. If her mom, the deity, didn't have money, obviously this is the way she should be. To validate that way of being, she would subconsciously get rid of all her money. She was quite precise about it too. If you gave her $100, she'd spend $100. If you gave her $200, she'd spend $200. If you gave her $500, she'd spend $500. If you gave her $1,000. She'd spend $1,000. Then she took one of my courses and learned all about the art of leverage. I gave her $2,000. She spent $10,000. I tried to explain, no, honey, leverage means you are supposed to get the $10,000, not spend it. Somehow it just wasn't sinking in. The only thing we ever thought about was money. It almost cost us our marriage. What we didn't know at the time was that the meaning each of us attribute to money were radically different. To my wife, money means immediately pleasure, as you enjoy her ice cream. And I, on the other hand, grew up with the belief that money was meant to be accumulated as the means to create freedom. As far as I was concerned, wherever my wife spent money, she wasn't spending money, she was spending our future freedom. And as far as she was concerned, whenever I held her back from spending, I was taking away her pleasure in life. Success story from 데보라 체미토프. 데보라 체미토프. 하부 에커 subject financially free 하부. Today I have 18 sources of passive income and I no longer need a job. Yes, I am rich, but more importantly, my life is enriched joyfully and advanced. But it wasn't always this way. Money used to be a burden to me. I trusted a stranger to manage my financial affairs just so I wouldn't have to deal with it. I lost almost everything during the last stock market crash, and I didn't even realize it until it was too late. More importantly, I lost my self-respect, paralyzed with fear, shame, and hopelessness. I withdrew from everyone and everything around me. I continued to punish myself right up until I was dragged to the millionaire mind. During the transformational weekend, I reclaimed my power and resolved to take control of my own financial destiny. I embraced the declaration of wealth and forgave myself for past mistakes, truly believing that I deserved to be wealthy. And now I am actually having fun managing my own money. I am financially free and know I always will be because I have a millionaire mind. Thank you, Hab. Thank you. Thank goodness we learned how to revise each of our money blueprint and more importantly create a third money blueprint specifically for the relationship. Does all this work? Let me put it this way. I witnessed 3 miracles in my life. 1. The birth of my daughter. 2. The birth of my son. 3. My wife and I not fighting about money anymore. Statistics show the number one cause of all relationship breakups is money. The biggest reason behind the fight people have about money is not the money itself, but the mismatch of their blueprint. It doesn't matter how much money you have or don't have. If your blueprint doesn't match that of the person you are dealing with, will have a major challenge. This goes for married couples, dating couples, family relationships, and even business associates. The key is to comprehend that you are dealing with blueprint, not money. Once you realize a person's money blueprint, you can deal with your partner in a way that works for both of you. You can begin with become aware that your partner's money files are probably not the same as yours. Instead of getting upset, choose understanding. Do your best to find out what's important to your partners in the arena of money and identify his or her motivation and fears. In this way, you will be dealing with the roots instead of the approach and have a good shot of making it work. Otherwise, no way, Jose. One of the most important things you will learn should you decide to attend the Millionaire Mind Intensive Seminar is how to recognize your partner's money blueprint, as well as how to create a brand new blueprint between both of you and help you as partners get what you really want. It's truly a blessing to be able to do this, as it alleviates one of the biggest causes of pain for most people. Step 4. Change specific incidents. Here's the exercise you can do with your partner. Sit down and discuss the history which of you bring to your thought about money. When you heard when you were young, what was modeled in your family, and any emotional incident that occurred. Also, find out that money really means to your partner. Is it pleasure, or freedom, or security, or status? That will assist you in identifying which others' current money blueprint and may help you discover why you might be disorienting in this arena. Next, discuss what you want today, not as individual, but as a partnership. Decide and audit often your general goals and attributes with regard to money and success. Then create a list of these attitudes and actions you both agree to live by and write them down. Post them on the wall, and if ever there's an issue, very gently remind each other when you decide together and you were both objective, unemotional, and outside the grip of your world money blueprint. Awareness. Consider specific emotional incidents you experienced around money when you were young. Understanding. Write down how this incident may have affected your current financial life. Dissociation. Can you see this way of being is only when you learned and isn't you? Can you see you have a choice in the present moment to be different? Declaration. Place your hand on your heart and say, I release my non-supportive money experience from the past and create a new and rich future. Touch your head and say, I have a millionaire mind.